Shalom, shalom. We be live. Hello, everyone. Shalom, everyone. Let me know if you have my audio in the live chat. Is my audio okay? Guys, today we have some very exciting, interesting news from Iran. Things are escalating fast, faster than even I anticipated. Hi, everyone. Make sure you like the stream. We have so much to go over. I haven't been giving you an update for a while, so we have so much to go over. Guys, we're becoming the #1 English-speaking Iran-related live stream. Nobody covers Iran religious and political mumbo-jumbo better than us here on this channel. I'm bringing you inside information that you get nowhere else. Nowhere else. Oh, by the way, guys, I'm wearing Israeli blue for the celebrating the Israeli hostages that have been released. To all the Israelis in the live chat, congratulations to you guys. I hope all the hostages get released as soon as possible, and I hope as soon as all the hostages get released, we go back to, because then Hamas has no leverage anymore after that. So I hope we go back to destroying Hamas after all the hostages are freed. So guys, please, have you liked the stream? Have you liked the stream? Can you confirm that you have liked the stream? Let me see. Okay. All right. Yeah. Fantastic. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. All right, guys. So I don't know if you've heard. Let me know if you've heard about this. I'm pretty sure Iranians in the live chat know what I'm going to be talking about. But if you don't, this is a major escalation. You see the two people on the screen? You guys, these two judges? I saw somebody on the live chat and earlier saying that I think these two judges, these two people look nervous. They're not nervous because they be dead. These two people be dead. They have been assassinated. And this is a big deal because these are not your typical mullahs. I know, like, for a lot of foreigners, all these mullahs look the same. They're all just old bearded men with either a white or a black turban on their head, depending on whether they're Sayyid or not. If they're not a Sayyid, their turban is white, and if they're a Sayyid, the turban is black. But these are not your typical mullahs. These are Supreme Court judges. Supreme Court, two of the Supreme Court judges in Iran have been assassinated. These are the people responsible for a huge number of executions, especially in the 80s, but even after the 80s, which we will go over. But we had, I don't know if we could even call it executions. These people were in charge of massacres. They handed death sentences to thousands of people. In the 80s, it got to the numbers, some estimates say 30,000 people of executions with of people that were just people who were against the regime. People, mass executions in numbers unimaginable, without access to any lawyers, without any chance of defending themselves, without even any court hearings. I mean, today we have, in Iran, when the Islamic Republic executes people who are anti-regime, they have a kangaroo show trial with a lawyer that they pick for you, that is actually on their side anyways, but they have a show that they act like you have a defense. But back then, these two, they were executing people left and right in the thousands. Like, they would loading them on trucks and hanging them, just like they turned it into a death industry. It was insane. It's one of the most forgotten massacres of this century in the 1980s in Iran. Up to 30,000 people were executed in a short amount of time, and these people were part of it, without any hearings, without any lawyers, for the crime of being against the regime. And these two were just executed. And they continue doing executions, but we will go over some of the people that they executed and some of the people that they tried to execute. Yeah, somebody saying sounds genocidal, right? And they were executed by the janitor. apparently, okay, there's still some speculations about this. Somehow the janitor, Sarah in the live chat, is that the best translation for Abdarchi? Oh, Gene, I don't know the answer to that question. So, guys, there's only one judge in Iran that is higher ranking than these two judges. That's how high these are. The only person above these people is Ejai, which is basically the head of the judiciary branch in Iran. That's how high these two people were. Like, this is getting the executions. And guys, do you know why this? A lot of Iranian people are celebrating this because so far, let me actually bring an image. Most of the celebrations that Iranian people have been enjoying in the past couple of months, I mean, in the last year, it has been insanely good for the Iranian people. But most of these assassinations seem to have, well, either were or some of them seem to have been gifts by Mossad or the IDF, right? But this, remember, I told you that a lot of Iranians are falling more and more in love with Israel because Israel is doing the things that Iranian people wish they could do themselves, but they can't. So they celebrate Israel doing that for them. Well, this is now something that Iranian people have done themselves. This is Iranian people are now picking up the work of Mossad, basically. Some people, oh, Alfred is saying T-boy. Yeah, T-boy. Okay, T-boy of office. Yeah, Abdarchi. So the person who did this is the person who worked in that court. So this is the building that this was done in is called Kakh Ghaza. What does it call it? It's basically the Supreme Court, like the building dedicated to the central building for the Supreme Court, which is a very, very secure location. And the man, and also owning guns is illegal in Iran. So it's weird that that man managed to not only have a gun, but only sneak it into that building. Some people are suggesting that maybe he was not the janitor. Again, Abdarchi is not the best translation I came up with was janitor. Alfred is saying T-boy is the better translation. So he's the person that just brings tea to people, right? And he had the person that did this, he himself was working at this building doing this for 10 years. Apparently, again, these are what we know so far. Some people are saying no, the Islamic Republic is lying. It was not the janitor, it was their security guard. They're trying to reduce his position as a way to maybe hide the fact that the armed people are raising against the regime, right? And people are saying if it was the T-boy, T-man, I think should say T-man. If it was the T-man, how did he get a gun? How was he so good at carrying out this operation? Some people are not believing it. Some people are believing it. There's so many speculations. I don't know. And some people are saying this operation was too advanced. This guy must have been a Mossad agent, a secret Mossad agent. How did he know how to do this? I don't know. There's so many speculations. Anyways, but as of right now, the main understanding is that the guy was the T-man in the building. For some reason, decided to kill these judges that are responsible. These two are responsible for the executions of thousands. I'm not exaggerating. Thousands of Iranian people. And now they have been executed in their own building. And let me just show you this graph that a lot of Iranians have made. So this is what people are posting on Iranian social media, celebrating all these deaths. So in spring, you see Zahedi, you see Raisi, you see the former foreign minister of Iran. These two died in a helicopter accident. This guy was killed by Israel in the Damascus embassy or consulate by Israel, Zahedi. So this is how it started. This is the year the Iranian people. I don't know what Yahya Sinwar is missing from this picture, right? But Iranian people, many Iranian people are saying like this was such a blessed year for Iranian people. So this is how spring started. In summer, we had Ismail Haniya. In fall, we had Nasrallah, we had the fall of Assad, right? We have so many other We had top IRGC commanders dying. We had other people from Hezbollah dying. Fall was like basically peak celebration season for Iranians. See, as you can see, most of these are blessings, gifts given by Israel to the Iranian people. We don't know how Raisi died. Was it Israel? Was it the Islamic Republic itself? Was it an accident? A lot of people saying it could not have been an accident. And now we're now in winter, and winter, like, this is a lot of people are saying this is progress, because finally in winter, Iranian people themselves are doing some of the takeouts, right? So, and like this is fantastic. Oh, by the way, YouTube, I'm just reporting what Iranian people are celebrating. I'm not encouraging any violence. Okay, so for legal reasons, we're not encouraging anything here on YouTube. I'm just reporting on what the Iranian people are experiencing and feeling. Okay, so, and also the day a lot of Iranians are posting this on social media. They're suggesting that the day that this execution has happened should be the should be celebrated every year as the annual T-Man Appreciation Day. Okay, so they're like, a lot of Iranians are celebrating just T-Men in general, like, or janitors in general. Like they say, like, yeah, T-Men, I think is a better translation, right? They're like, okay, today this is a good day for us to make it into an annual T-Man celebration day. And let me actually show you another picture I saw. Yeah. So we could see, like, some people were on the writing on walls in Iran saying, "Thank you, T-Man. Thank you, T-Man." Yeah, can you sing T-Man Appreciation Day? Yeah, exactly. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, he took his own life after. So he killed those two people, and then he took his own life, which suggests to me that he wasn't a Mossad agent. To me, it suggests that he was a man that was just trying to take revenge or reduce the evil in the world. It's so, we don't know yet. The guy worked there. The guy was working with these people there for 10 years. 10 years he was working there. So let me actually show you some more stuff. So a lot of pro-regime Iranians are calling us out and saying, like, oh, you're showing your true faces. This is disgusting of you. Why are you celebrating terrorism? Why are you celebrating assassinations? This shows that you guys who are acting like you want a revolution to bring democracy and peace, you are just evil yourself. You should always condemn terrorism in all its forms. So I saw this meme being posted when the same people were so upset when Trump was being assassinated. They were like so angry that the bullet missed Trump, and now that's what they were, the same accounts that were saying, like, oh my god, I wish the bullet was just a few centimeters the other direction. Now the same accounts are saying, oh, terror should always be condemned, no matter who's doing it, which is such a stupid, like, why would they call it terrorism, this act? Because Iranian people are not terrorized from this action. Like, terrorism is something that you do to bring terror into the hearts and minds of people. Well, what I'm saying mostly is celebration. So how is this terrorism? If the effect is not terror, is the effect is celebration, so the act is not an act of terrorism, right? The act of terrorism is meant to bring terror to the not to the minds of just a small group of people, but to the general public. I don't know, maybe let me know if this fits terrorism or not, right? But so this meme is trying to call them out for their hypocrisy. Oh, actually, let me show you a video of, the people who are terrorized because of this. So these are the bodies of those two judges, and these are the family members and the pro-regime people So these are the two judges' bodies. You can see it's wrapped in the flag of the Islamic Republic. So you can see there's two bodies. One was on that side, so that there's two judges, one here and the other one is on the other side. Right. Okay. By the way, the name of the judges was Razini, and I think I'm pronouncing the other one right. Yeah, Moghise and Razini. So these are the two judges. Okay, these are weird last names. As an Iranian, I haven't heard these last names among average people before. But let me go to. Let me actually show you that even religious Iranians, God-believing religious Iranians, are happy. Look at this, because this guy, this woman, this lady, let's see what she's saying. And she's posting this from inside Iran. So let's see what she's saying, for example.
بهرام که گور گرفتی همه عمر دیدی که چگونه گور بهرام گرفت به یاد اون شبی که پدرم
So I don't know what that poetry means at the beginning. If Sarah knows, let me know.
به یاد اون شبی که پدر محمد قبادلوی عزیزمون توی اون سرما و یخبندون دردش رو، حتی اون غم و اون داغی رو که داشت و حتی نمیتونست فریاد هم بزنه و ما کنار این خانواده ها این دردها رو به دوش کشیدیم. بیشک
So she's remembering the people who have been executed in the most harsh ways, and the family of the people who have experienced the execution of their loved ones.
که دست خداوند برای اجرای عدالت از آستین و دست فرد دیگه بیرون میاد که عدالت خودش رو.
So she's again. So see, this is a religious woman. So this is not like us, atheist, anti-Islam people. She's saying the hand of God comes out from the hands of someone else, and it brings justice. So this religious Muslim Iranian is saying what happened to these judges was the hand of God. So that person who assassinated these judges was basically acting like the hand of God, bringing justice.
اجرای عدالت از آستین و دست فرد دیگه بیرون میاد که عدالت خودش رو اجرا بکنه و بیش باد آدم‌های شجاع و کسانی که این گونه با شجاعت جونشون کف دستشون میذارن و انتقام می.
So and she's saying, I hope there are more brave people like this that will sacrifice their own life and show this much bravery to take revenge.
کف دستشون میذارن و انتقام میگیرن از قاتل و افرادی که به ناحق حکم دادن.
To take revenge of evil people and people who are governing falsely, and
میگیرن از قاتل و افرادی که
from murderers
به ناحق حکم دادن.
Yeah, and sorry, so I was saying, so people who get revenge from murderers and people that give past sentences without justice, unjustly. Okay, so Sarah is saying, I think she's the mother of one of the murdered protesters 2 years ago. Okay, thank you, Sarah, for that context.
بدون شک کسایی که ظلم میکنن به مردم عاقبتی جز این نخواهند داشت و
So she's saying, without a doubt, people who oppress people, who wrong people, this is their destiny. Without a doubt, this is their destiny.
همونجور که گفتم فراخوان خداوند شروع شده. یقین داشته باشید.
She's saying that God's call to justice has started.
فراخوان خداوند شروع شده. یقین داشته باشید. به عدل الهی و صبور باشید.
So she's saying, do not doubt Allah's justice. Okay, so I just want you to know, it's not just anti-Islam people or anti-regime. You can see that somebody who's talking about Allah's justice is celebrating what has happened as Allah doing justice, right? So I just want you to know how widespread this hatred for the regime is and is spreading. Okay, so let me actually. What is this? Let me see. There are many memes. Okay, so this one is saying, for the first time in the history of the Islamic Republic, justice was served in the Supreme Court. So this is within the Supreme Court building. This is the first time, or Kachedat Gosteri, they're calling the, I think maybe the Supreme Court building, that would be the best translation, would be the Koch. So they're building the main judicial building, right? So this is the first, because that a lot of people consider that building to be a building to the source of injustice, not justice, except this day. Oh, we got a super chat. Thank you so much. Wow, very generous super chat. Thank you, saying Zendabad, Iran from Israel. Oh, that is so sweet. Together we will beat Islam and bring about a new age of Cyrus in the Middle East. Hamrah, what? Hamrah mizanim. Hamrah mizanim. Okay, so the first part is saying, long live Iran from Israel. Thank you so much. The rest is English. Together we will beat Islam and bring about a new age of Cyrus in the Middle East. Yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, within the word, well, new age of Cyrus without the expansionism, right? Like Cyrus was great for his time. Today, Cyrus was fantastic, but for his time, right? So we don't I just want to make sure people don't think that we are interested in expanding Iranian borders beyond where it is right now. But I don't want to nitpick. I understand what is being said here. I appreciate it. Guys, I'm so bad at this. I nitpick all the time, right? Yeah, Cyrus, just as Cyrus was the best, so this is how I read it. Just as Cyrus was the best for his time, we want the best thing for Iran's today. That's how I read it, right? So fantastic message. And also, I don't know what the last part means. Hamrah mizanim. I think you're saying we will hit them together on the same path, right? Is that what you mean? Yes. So thank you so much for this very generous super chat. I appreciate that. Yeah. So Cyrus is a really great symbol, not just for Iranian nationalism, but also a great symbol for Israeli-Iranian unity, because Cyrus is a symbol that both Israelis and Iranian appreciate. So it's a very powerful symbol, and there's a lot of utility to use Cyrus's name as a symbol of unity. Just be careful for people not to misuse the symbol for other purposes. But yes, I love referring to Cyrus as a symbol of unity. Yeah, so Cyrus, thanks, so sweet of you. Kenny, thank you so much, Kenny, for the 5 memberships. Yes, Cyrus. Oh, people are saying, oh, people don't know what it means. Yes, Cyrus, they're great. We call him in Iran, we call him Kurosh. And remember, a lot of pre-Islamic Iranian figures like Cyrus are often used as promoting nationalism against Islamism in Iran. So Cyrus is the main figure, is the main name that people revere, as opposed to people like Muhammad, Hussein, Ali. Cyrus is seen as a symbol of nationalism against Islamism. And there's also another figure post-Islam that a lot of Iranians use as a symbol of nationalism against against Islamism, which is Ferdowsi, which was the Iranian poet. So the 2 main figures that Iranian nationalists try to use as a symbol of unity against the Islamist takeover of the country. Number 1 is Cyrus. Number 2 is Ferdowsi, right? Mohsen, that's not fair. That's not fair, Mohsen, that you're saying that to me in the live chat. Okay. Oh yeah, in Hebrew they call him Kurosh as well. That's interesting. Okay, so let's go to the next. I have so many things. Yeah, I have to go through these a lot faster with you guys, right? I already covered that one. Oh yeah, so remember Ejei. So I told you these two judges are the highest judges except one guy. This is the highest judge. So if this guy is executed, this is as close to Khamenei as it could get. So the highest person in Iran is Khamenei. The second highest used to be Qasem Soleimani, which Trump took out. This guy Ejei is the head of the judiciary, picked directly by Khamenei, and he is at least in the top 5. If Khamenei is number 1, he's something either 3, 4, or 5. That's how important he is. So let's see what he said.
چه میخوریم به حال واقعا همه شهدا و جا مانده ایم. خدا انشالله این مدال افتخاریه که به عزیزان داده، انشالله ما هم مشمول عنایت حضرت حق قرار بگیریم.
So he's saying that he's jealous of these judges. He's jealous of these judges who became martyrs. And he hopes that he gets the same outcome, which is weird because that's what a lot of Iranians hope as well. And I saw a video of Khamenei also saying the same thing, that these two judges must have done such great things in their lives that God blessed them with martyrdom. Khamenei said exactly the same thing. And he's also saying that he's jealous that this happened to them, which as soon as he said that, a lot of Iranians went and found his picture in the funeral of these judges, which is him with all of his bodyguards around him. So I could count, like that's Ejei in the middle, right? That's Ejei in the middle. And there's one bodyguard here, one bodyguard here, one bodyguard here, another bodyguard here, another bodyguard over there. And a lot of people are saying, well, if you are so jealous and ready to die, what's up with all these freaking bodyguards? All right, so that's okay, I don't think you're as jealous as you make it seem. And again, Khamenei himself was saying that, oh my God, this what a blessing to these people. God bless them with martyrdom. And a lot of people called him out as well for saying the same thing, because when he came to do the death prayer, in Islam we have the death prayer. When somebody dies, you come and do the prayer next to their body, and it's the greatest honor for these pro-regime Iranians for Khamenei himself to come and do your death prayer. They call it namaz mayyit. And when he was there, people recognized that he was wearing a bulletproof vest. Right. Yeah, so people are like, yeah, what is it with why are you guys wearing bulletproof vests if you're so in love with martyrdom? They're like, you guys are terrified and you're scared that you're next, and you're all acting like, oh yeah, sure, we want to die. I mean, if you want to die this badly, we could make let Mossad I mean, don't complain when Mossad comes and makes your dreams come true. We're completely in line. Our dreams, your wishes and the Iranian people's wishes are completely in line. So let's just come to an agreement then. Let's just make this happen, right? I don't know. Let me actually show you a video of what these people used to be responsible for in the 1980s, because a lot of people redid a mock-up of what it used to be like in the 1980s. And again, it didn't stop, but it used to be insane in the 1980s. Let me show you how it was. So they call it Hayat Marg, which is, how do you translate this? The Council of Death. These judges, these two judges, and Raisi as well, by the way, he was in this Council of Death as well. The way that it wasn't even a court. People would just come in fast. They would come through a door. They will hear their sentence without any investigations, without any access to a lawyer, without any chance of defense. They will come sit on a chair in front of the judges. They will get their death sentence, and they will boom, 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 boom. They will go through the door, and they will be the next person, right? So this is what those rooms look like in the 1980s. So watch this. This was in
بارها اسم هیئت مرگ، اتاق مرگ و راهروی مرگ رو شنیدیم.
So he's saying we have heard many times the name of the council of death, the room of death, or the corridor of death. So now we did a mock-up to show you how it looks.
و راهروی مرگ رو شنیدیم. در این قسمت بازسازی شده هیئت مرگ به چه صورت می نشستن و زندانی هایی که می اومدن روی صندلی مقابل هیئت.
So he's saying we're showing you how they were sitting and the prisoners who came and sat in front of the
هیئت مرگ در باز
they would sit in front of the council of
توی
death.
یکی دو دقیقه‌ای یا به سلولشون برمیگشتن یا به انتهای راهروی مرگ برای اعدام فرستاده می‌شدن.
So he's saying right there, either they would go back to their cell or they would go to this corridor here to be executed right away.
در این قسمت هم راهروی مرگ. بعد
So this is what they were called, the corridor of death. So after that, they would go to this corridor.
بازجویی توسط هیئت مرگ به راهروی مرگ می اومدن.
So you can see here they would be lining up to be executed. Oh, that's called the execution hall. So these are not real bodies, by the way, YouTube. These are just mannequins. These are mock-ups. So please don't strike me down. So this was at the end of the corridor. They had a room like this, and they would just do them like it wasn't just one execution at a time because the numbers were so high. They would just do them a couple of them in a row at the same time.
بچه‌ها اونجا حلق‌آویز می‌کردن. ابعاد واقعی این توی اونجا چیزی بوده 14 در 50 متر حدوداً بوده.
So you're saying the whole thing was 15 meters and 15 meters and 14 to 50 meters.
یک در کوچیک.
So it's telling you the width and the length.
کی بودش اونجا که من خودم دیده بودم اون در رو که در کوچیکی بود که
He said like there was a small door which I also so this guy was there. He said I remember seeing there was a small
اونجا
door.
که من خودم دیده بودم اون در رو که در کوچیکی بود که جنازه ها رو در واقع از اون پشت خارج می‌کردن.
And they used to take out the bodies through that door at the back. Guys, does this not give you Auschwitz vibes? Like they turned. I know it's not at all at the scale of Auschwitz, but the way that they managed it, like they had like I visited Auschwitz and I saw how industrialized the whole thing was. And these guys are not as effective as the Nazis. Like that was turned into a very effective death machine. Like I saw how efficient, and not efficient in a good way, but in a bad way, that whole death machine was to make sure that every second, like when I went to Auschwitz, I saw how the Nazis were calculating every second to make the whole thing as efficient as possible, right? And this, when I saw this video, it just reminded me of Auschwitz, like the process in which like there's an interest, this is death corridor, you go there, you get executed, and then bodies come out of there. It just gave me so much of a Auschwitz vibe.
این شکل بالای سن و لبه سن می‌بردن و تنابه‌دار به گردن بچه‌ها مینداختن.
So again, remember the numbers are up to 30,000 that they killed in this way. And again, once they took their bodies, they would load all these bodies on trucks, and there were trucks of bodies that would just take these away, and they will bury them in unmarked graves. And they were very insistent on making sure that the graves are unmarked, right? And just remember, all these people, imagine if 30,000 people have died this way, and then that was just in the 80s, and then continued all these years till now. Imagine all of these people's families. Then imagine like how many people are celebrating these judges being killed. Like a lot of the families of these people never thought that they would ever experience celebrating the death of the people who killed their loved ones, right? Yeah. By the way, I will read more super chats, guys. If you I will read the comments that Jean is highlighting, and also super chats between these news items. I just want to appreciate the memberships and the super chats. It really helps us support the channel, right? So, yes, exactly. That's the best way to describe it. Industrial scale punishments, no justice. So let me actually show you. I have so much more to show you. Okay, there's a thing that I cannot. There's a video of one of these two judges that I cannot show. It's the one on the left. Okay, this guy, the guy on the left. I cannot show you this, but because it shows. Sorry, here. Let me bring this on screen. Yeah, so the judge on the, not the judge on the right, this one, he's saying something in this video, but unfortunately the video I have shows the people he's talking about being hanged. And YouTube would not want me to show you that, but I know I can play the audio for you, and I will translate the audio without showing the video. So let me play it. So let me know if you could hear this. I'll translate it. Again, I cannot show this video because it's showing, what it's showing right now that I cannot show is two young boys being hanged, but it shows that it's not in a official hanging place. It's just in a ruin, in a semi-built building, in a not finished built buildings. They're just hanged from the skeleton, from the iron skeleton of the building, in a building, in a under construction building in a street. Two young boys just hanged, right? And it's showing that while this judge that I'm showing you on the screen talking about this very incident. So let me tell you what he's saying.
نبرن کرمانشاه همونجا حکم اجرا کنن. یک ساختمان نیمه کاره بود سر یه استراحی که طبقه اولیش ساخته شده بود، طبقه دومش اسکلتش داده بودن، اما چیز رو کاغ نداده بودن.
So he's saying, this guy that I'm showing you on the screen, okay? He's saying that there were some Basiji, some of their own people, some of their own soldiers, right? Regime soldiers. They were not feeling very well. Their morale was low because they have given a lot of more martyrs. I think this might be during war times, but Iraq maybe. And so basically saying, because they had given martyrs, they were experiencing low morale. So he said, let's not send these people to execution somewhere else. Let's just execute them here to boost morale among our young soldiers. So he said, we found a building that was, the first floor was just being built. So, and the skeleton of the building, yeah, Cyrus saying, what the F am I hearing? Yeah, he's saying the skeleton of the building was just exposed. So we just decided to, instead of sending them, we just decided to hang them right there to boost morale because our soldiers were a little bit sad. All right. So this is the type of people these mofos were. And remember, the way that they hang people in Iran is not the way you see in Hollywood Western movies where there's a door opens under your feet and you just fall and your neck breaks and then you die. That's not how they do it in Iran. In Iran, they put the noose around your neck and they lift you so your neck doesn't break and you die. You just slowly suffocate to death. And there are reports that the pressure on your neck is so much that some people shoot their own tongues out while dying. And sometimes it has taken up to 20 minutes for somebody to die. They have like doctors there to check if somebody is dead or not. And sometimes for some people, it has taken even up to 20 minutes. These are the people who are ruling Iran. So you can see why people are happy when they see somebody like this is executed. I have more examples of why these people were evil, pure evil. Let me show you a Sunni guy was executed. So this is a Sunni guy. So he was eventually executed. But this video of him is after he got his death sentence, before he was executed. So he's talking about the way, and this is more recent. This is not like in the 1980s. Okay, so I just want to show, even though the 1980s was the peak execution time in Iran, it doesn't mean that it stopped, right? And again, this guy is like a religious Sunni person. And I just want to make sure that because we are anti-Islam, and a lot of us liberal Iranians might sometimes only focus on the, more liberal secular Iranians who are anti-regime and are being wronged. But I just want to be fair here, even though, the religious Sunni people in Iran, they're also being oppressed a lot for being Sunni. And I don't, they're religious, and I just want to make sure that when I say things to you, I'm not ignoring that just because I'm an atheist secular guy that wants Islam to end. I want Islam to end. I'm anti-Islam, but at the same time, I want to make sure that you guys understand that in Iran there's a anti-Sunni bias is very, very strong. Okay, and the Sunnis are being oppressed in Iran for being Sunni. Okay, so just want to make sure that my bias doesn't stop me from reporting things like that to you guys, right? So let's see what this guy is saying. Wait, so the caption at the beginning, it says بالاخره دعای مادر جگرخون شهرام این گلوی قاضی رو گرفت. Okay, so he's saying eventually, so again, this whoever posted this believes in God and believes in prayers. So the caption says eventually the prayer of the mother of this man managed to come and take revenge from the judge who did this to him. So the judge, basically one of the judges who died, was the person who handed out a death sentence for this man. And now that this judge is dead, people have this video of him has resurfaced. So let's see what he says here. He's saying his entire court hearing took 5 to 6 minutes. That was the entire court hearing for him. So he's saying there was a judge, an intelligence, a representative, somebody from the intelligence, and his secretary. So basically saying there was only like 3 people there. So he said they read the accusation against me, and then they said that this was what he did was against an action against the national security. So he was charged with threatening national security. Okay? Muharebe is an Islamic term, comes from the Quran directly. Muharebe usually are used for people who use weapon or something. So he's saying that the lawyer that they picked for me, so there are certain lawyers, he mentions the type of lawyer. The type of lawyers, whenever it becomes a security or anti-regime position, then in Iran, you don't pick your lawyer. They pick your lawyer for you, right? So in Iran, the justice system for, other normal day-to-day things, it's not efficient, but it works kind of normal as you could get in a third world backward country. people pick their own lawyers and blah blah blah. But as soon as something becomes national security, then those cases are treated differently. Or if you're just anti-regime, then you don't pick your lawyer. They pick your lawyer for you, and that lawyer is either very limited in what they can do, or that lawyer is just basically playing for the other side. So that's the type of lawyer he had, and he said, yeah, muharebe is basically a Quranic term. It means war against God. However, every Muslim community defines what that means in a different way. Nobody, like, I've never seen agreement among any two groups of Muslims about what the hell that means, which is exactly how the Quran works. Basically, you could basically make it mean whatever you want.
پاشد گفت که آقای قاضی محاربه در قانون یعنی کسی که به اصطلاح محاربه رو واسه کسی به کار میبرن که اسلحه دست گرفته باشه، سلب آزادی و امنیت مردم رو کرده باشه.
So he's saying my lawyer, even though it was a lawyer picked by the regime, he got up and said, dear judge, muharebe, the term muharebe is used legally in Iran for somebody who has used a weapon, who has risked the safety of people in a way.
این موکل من حتی چاقوی میوه خوری هم دست نگرفته. یعنی
And my lawyer said that I didn't even have a kitchen knife. I didn't even have, what are those knives that you use for eating that are not even sharp? I don't know what you call them, that you use them for, peeling fruit. So not those sharp kitchen knives, though, like those, the one that maybe you use for buttering bread or something like that, right? He said the defendant, like this guy, he didn't even have that type of a knife. He didn't have why are you charging him with muharebe? What did he do? Like, yeah, dinner knife, exactly. He wasn't even holding a dinner knife, let alone a weapon.
واسه من یعنی این وکیل من این تیکه حرفم تونه بزنه، اکثر وکیلا اینم نمیتونستن. میگم
he says he's saying that the fact that my lawyer even said this, that's beyond what most other lawyers would even say. So he thinks that it's impressive that his lawyer even said that against the judge, given that with these cases, other lawyers, they don't even say that. They're just quiet. You see the level of justice that you get in Iran? He was impressed that his lawyer actually said something against the judge. God damn it. By the way, this guy has been executed, okay? So he's dead. This guy, he's just describing how the justice system worked before he died.
من اصلا یک بارم نتونستم با وکیلم حرف بزنم.
Oh, and he's saying I wasn't even allowed to talk to my lawyer even once. So imagine he was executed, a lawyer was picked for him, and he had not a single chance to even talk to his lawyer before his execution. Not before the court, not after the court, never.
الان وکیلم تا حالا نتونسته، اصلا نمیدونم اسمش هم چیه. خلاصه من
he's saying I don't even know the name of my lawyer. The guy is saying I don't even know my lawyer's name. Wow.
اینه که در یعنی مظلومانه ترین شیوه منو دادگاهی کردن و اونا ظالمانه ترین به اصطلاح.
So he's saying I was judged in the most oppressive way.
شیوه رو اتخاذ کردن. منم مظلومانه اصلا نمیتونم از خودم. وقتی دفاعم میکردم میگفت تو خفه شو سنی کثافت.
He's like I wasn't able to defend myself, and he says anytime I tried to speak, the judge, the same judge that died, right, was executed, that was assassinated. He says every time I tried to speak, the judge would say, "You shut the f up, you dirty Sunni." Listen to this part again. Wow.
شیوه رو اتخاذ کردن. منم مظلومانه اصلا نمیتونم از خودم. وقتی دفاعم میکردم میگفت تو خفه شو سنی کثافت.
تو خفه شو سنی کثافت. You shut up, you dirty Sunni. That's what the judge would say whenever he tried to speak. Again, I don't understand all these pro-Palestinian Sunnis who are defending the Islamic Republic. Do you understand that everything within the judiciary system in Iran is handpicked by Khamenei himself? Khamenei himself. And you see how anti-Sunni this regime is? These are the Supreme Court judges. These are the Supreme Court judges in Iran. And when the guy wanted to say anything, the judge would say, "You shut up, you dirty Sunni." And you Sunnis, for your so-called pro-Palestinian agenda, this is the regime that you're defending. Unbelievable. So, by the way, this video was released by a Sunni channel as well. So maybe listen to your own Sunni brothers and sisters. Let me actually show you. Oh, by the way, this is kind of funny. Look at this. So, on pro-regime accounts, they're celebrating the judge who died, and just look at the Photoshop that they did on the judge. So that the way that they're celebrating him, to see this is the judge who was executed on the right, but this is what you're now seeing on the left is what you actually see on pro-regime Iranian social media. Yeah, okay. Oh yeah, look at the profit. Yeah. So yeah, this is how the regime is celebrating the memory of the judge as a martyr. They're making him look what? Okay. Okay, sure, whatever. Let me actually show you what a lot of Iranians' experiences with these judges were like. Let me show you. Not during the 1980s, but now, because the 1980s were the worst. Okay, it was the worst. However, let's see, as things chilled out a bit, how bad things still were for people, right? So one of the judge, Muhammad Mughisa ba tir jangi vasat Tehran kashtan. So this lady is saying that Muhammad Mughisa, that one of the judges, they killed him with a gun in the middle of Tehran, and now she's saying, she's giving a date of her experience, and he said that he came to Evin prison. Evin prison is the most famous prison in Iran, in Tehran. با چند نفر دیگه که بازداشت شده 25 نفر به ترسیل مسائل که با گفت وسط تهران شما رو باید آتیش. Okay, so she's saying that when I was in prison, this lady was apparently in Evin prison as well, and this judge came to Evin prison, and he came to the prisoners, and he told these prisoners that they should be burning you alive in the middle of Tehran, so that it's a lesson for other people. So there's a lot of messages on Twitter of people who experience seeing this judge in prison, noticing how he talks to people, noticing how he treats. He was very insulting. Both of them were extremely insulting. I think one of them was more insulting than the other one, to the prisoners and the way he talked to them. I remember seeing somebody also saying that every time somebody else got a sentence from another judge that wasn't a death sentence, when he passed them in the hallway, he would come to them and he would say, "You were so lucky that you didn't get me as a judge. You would have definitely gotten a death sentence if I was your judge." He would tell that to people. He was so proud of how many death sentences he handed out. Like he saw that as the high number, as a something to brag about. One of them also I saw a video of him bragging about the fact that during the 1980s, they removed one of the judges because he was giving too many death sentences, and they put him in charge, and they noticed that he's actually giving more death sentences, and they're like, "You're actually worse." And he was mentioning that memory as if to brag about that. They're like, "Oh, they brought me in because they thought I was less extreme, but I was actually even more extreme." right? So let's look at the other tweet. So this one is saying Muhammad Mughise و Ali Razini کشته شدن. So both of these judges were killed. Mughise قاضی پرونده من بود. Oh, so this guy is saying Mughise was the judge for my case, and he told me بارود در دهانت گذاشت. باید بارود در دهانت گذاشت فرموشه. So like when he was my judge, he told me that they should put gunpowder in your mouth and blow it up. That's what he was. This Mughise guy was famous for saying stuff like this to the people who were under him. Let me see another one. Okay, so this guy had this is another very famous judge that a lot of people want dead, Salavati. Okay, so we'll see whatever happens to him. But Salavati is very famous as well. So this guy's judge was Salavati, which was none of these two. So he's saying my judge was Salavati, not these two were not my judge. However, I saw people in prison. While I was in prison, I knew people who their judge was this Mughise guy. Yeah, he was okay. So, and every single one of them described their court hearing in this way. It was a short court hearing with shouting, insulting, and long sentences. So basically, it's very interesting because Salavati is famous for being evil, but apparently Mughise, who died, was even worse. So all the people who got Mughise as their judge, they remember he was like shouting, always insulting them in the worst way, and always giving them the longest sentences. Oh, Cyrus saying Salavati, Salavati is higher than those two evils. Yeah. Okay. So Salavati is more famous because I heard, I don't know if he's higher because they're all Supreme Court judges. Salavati is high as well. Yeah. But a lot of people hate Salavati too. So a lot of people wish Salavati was on the list of people who died. Oh, so I saw this on Iranian social media, which I wanted to show you guys so you guys have a better understanding. So let me give you the context of what this means. A lot of anti-regime Iranians are told by pro-regime Iranians that if you don't like the conditions in Iran, just leave. Just leave Iran. Just go. So now on Iranian social media, somebody posted this. Any mullah who doesn't like the current conditions, seeing mullahs being assassinated, because many other mullahs are being assassinated. These are just the top ones, right? If they don't like it, they could just leave Iran. So now they're saying like, oh, you don't like mullahs not being safe in Iran? Just leave. So they're just basically giving the same message back to them. Let me actually show you why a lot of Iranians are celebrating this and the general anti-mullah attitude that is increasing in Iran. Do you guys want to see that? Let me remove some of these videos. This has music. I hope it doesn't give me copyright. Guys, if after the live stream you see the videos down for a little while and then it comes back, it's usually because we got a copyright and then I get YouTube to remove that part or silence the music and then it comes back again. If you ever see what happened to the video, it's because of that. So look at this. This is, I'm not going to silence this music because the music is very meaningful and I want to also translate the music. I hope that YouTube doesn't punish us for that. So these are Iranians in Iran going to mullahs and taking off their turbans, basically toppling their turbans. So watch this. Oh yeah, let me go back here. Okay. Do you guys want me to translate the song? So this is a new tradition in Iran. They call it Amom Pari, which means turban toppling. Turban toppling, is that what we are? Is that the best translation, Sarah? Alfred? Turban toppling, or I don't know. So this has become the new national sport of Iranians. When they see a mullah in the streets, they go and they just want to take off their turban. I saw there are new turbans coming up. Mullahs have new turbans. I talked to many mullahs on the Persian channel. Most of them, I think every single mullah that I've talked to had told me that they have experienced this once, at least once in their life, that the turban. That shows how the extent at which this is a widespread practice, right? Amom Parani, yes, Amom turban toppling, turbo, yes. Yeah, the song translation is about cursing religion. Yeah, I will translate the song for you guys. Turban Olympics, sure. So let's see. So the Bizaram is as Dina Shema. So the first part says, I hate your religion. I have no love for your religion. Is that the best translation for Bizaram? Let me see. Bizaram as Dina Shama. I hate your religion, yes. So the first part says, I hate your religion. So the second part is saying, curse be upon your tradition. Curse be upon your practices. Basically, ayin is also another way to say religion, right? So curse be upon your practices, your tradition, meaning curse be upon your religion. Yeah, disgusted. Yeah, I did Google Translate. People are saying hate is actually the best translation. So it's saying we are hateful of your of your browned foreheads. Okay, and the reason that requires some explanation. So in Iran, many religious people, in Shia Islam, when you pray upon a piece of clay, right? When you go down to bow down to Allah, when you're on the floor, when you're doing sujda, Sunnis don't do that, but Shias, they put their forehead on a clay, and if you pray a lot, it starts showing on your forehead and it turns brown here, right? But in Iran, it has become a tradition where a lot of people, when they want to pretend to be very righteous and very religious, they actually take the clays. They sometimes try to make their forehead brownish here on purpose to virtue signal how much they pray. So I think, Sarah, if I'm correct, this is Alfred and Sarah in the chat. This has, for a lot of Iranians, this has become a symbol of faking virtue signaling, fake virtue signaling, religious virtue signaling, right? So he's saying we are hateful. We hate that thing, that brown. I don't know. How do you translate that to your English? I don't know what you call it in English, but that thing that Pishoni. Am I correct about this? Do you guys think like I represented it well? I'm kind of say I would call them poo heads. Okay, poo heads, sure. Yeah, their forehead. Blumkin in English. Okay. So let's translate the rest. Oh, we hate your stoned hearts. We hate your hearts which are made out of stones. Can I get a confirmation of this being a good translation, Sarah and Alfred? Because I need to make sure before I move on. Do you guys think I did a good job in explaining the thing on the forehead? I just want to make sure because I get the confirmation. I'm not getting anything from Sarah. Yeah, so it repeats. Your heart's made out of stone. You see, where's Sarah? Why don't I have any Sarah in the live chat? Oh, Sarah, did you hear my translation? Sarah saying hello. Did you hear my translation? Did I do a good job? Yeah, I see you. Now I see you. Do you think I did a good job in explaining that thing, forehead thing? It's like a Shia. What is this word? I don't even know what this is. Zabiba? Yeah, Sarah, I see you. Can you confirm? I'm not seeing your confirmation. I don't know what happened. Anyways, let's go to the next video. Anyways, let's watch this video one more time from beginning to end because I really like this video. There's a lot more videos like this that do you see Iranian people toppling turbans. Okay, no, sorry, I'm not talking about the confirmation of the translation of that, what that thing. I think like what the symbolism, like what that marking. So you're saying the English name is Zabiba, the thing. Okay, I didn't know that, but the symbolism of what it represents, why this song is showing hatred towards. It's not when it's referring to that mark on people's foreheads. It's not specifically directly mentioning that as something they hate. It's just what that thing stands for. All of this religious virtue signaling, all of this people trying to outdo the other one when it comes to being more Islamic. Oh, Sarah is saying yes, that's right. Okay, fantastic. Thank you. So let me actually go. But this song is very famous because I mean people took it from a Maddahi, which is supposed to be religious itself. But now they took this song and secular atheist people are using it as a way to say that they hate Islam and this religion as a whole. Because the origin of this song was supposed to be some Shias dissing other Shias, but now the song is being taken over by secularists and atheists and liberals to just being like, no, we just hate this religion as a whole, which is fantastic. Let me show you more examples of anti-mullah hate. Oh, I can't download that one. I should have. Let me see. Let me do the other one. Let me see if I could. So some videos, when it doesn't get updated, I have to decode it. I don't know if I'm going to have enough time to decode this video right away here. Where would this be? Go. Okay, let me just browse it in downloads, save, decode. Okay, while that gets decoded, so I could bring it up, let me bring up another video. This video that I'm about to upload is insane. Sarah, let me know if you've seen this video. Alfred, Sarah. So Iranians in the live chat, I don't even need to translate this. This is inside Iran. Look at this. Let me know if your jaws are dropping on the floor or not, or is this normal now? So, oh, sorry, so we have. So this is a banner inside Iran, hung from a bridge saying "Death to Khamenei." So it's not like a handwritten sign. Somebody went and printed that. Somebody went and professionally made that in a shop or somewhere. And then they had the balls to come hang it. Look at this. This is not like a handwritten. This is not like a graffiti. This is not like, this is getting a lot more advanced. And then they had the balls to just go hang that from a bridge. It says death to... Guys, just a few years ago, I used to be shocked by seeing just like a written... graffiti on the wall saying "Death to Khamenei," but now we're seeing professionally made banners of Magbar Khamenei just hung from a bridge in Tehran. Unbelievable. This is crazy. Let me see if that video was decoded, the one that I wanted to show you guys. Oh yeah, it was decoded. That was fast. Oh wow, fantastic. Let's bring this one up. So this is a mullah speaking. Mullah walking in the street, and he's approached by a woman. The woman is recording this herself. Hold on. So this woman just came and approached this mullah in Iran and says, Hajj Agha. So it's a religious. How do I say Hajj Agha in English? It's saying, dear sir, why don't you people die? You people meaning you mullahs. Like, why are so first she started talking respectfully. So she's like, why didn't you guys just die? So he's like, excuse me sir, why didn't you guys just die? And like, I just want to ask you, why don't you just die? This is my question. So the mullah the mullah says something about our Lord Amir al-Mu'mineen, meaning about Ali. So the mullah is saying, I think if I'm hearing it correctly, Iranians in the chat, let me know if he's saying because our Lord Amir al-Mu'mineen, so our Lord, the Amir of all believers, which means Ali, Imam Ali. And before I think he was able to finish what he was saying, the woman said, I shit on the head of your Lord. Yes, see, she started talking very politely. Very politely, she started saying, dear sir, I have a question for you. Why don't you just die? And then when he was mentioning Ali, he said, I shit on the head of your Lord. I shit on the head of your father. Wow. Okay, YouTube, I do not condone this. I'm not endorsing violence. Okay, I'm just translating things that are happening in Iran. I condemn, again, guys, for legal reasons, for YouTube reasons. This is bad. Okay. She's saying that start feeling the rope around your neck from now. So I want you to start, like, basically saying, start imagine, like, she's promising things that will happen to him in the future, and she's suggesting that he should practice feeling. Yeah, so she's like, oh, I want you to start feeling the noose around your neck starting now. She's like, you have turned this country to shit. You basically have ruined this country. Like, we hate you deeply. You have to understand, we hate you. Like, you are incapable of understanding this, how much we hate you. So he's saying Alhamdulillah, meaning praise God. And she said, like, I hope Alhamdulillah your head is chopped off. Your head is eaten off. She like, you have fucked the people. Like, you have shit on this country. Like, go be thankful that I'm not slapping you in your face. This woman has no chill. Like, somebody should hit you in your face. somebody should hit you in the
الان
mouth.
روغن وازلین شدیداً نیازی آماده
Whoa, she says like we need, did she say you're in desperate need of Vaseline or petroleum jelly? I think she's threatening him with grape.
ببین الان روغن وازلین شدیداً نیازی آماده کنید خودتون
Like he's like, go prepare yourself with petroleum jelly. Basically, she's suggesting that they're about to get gang grape by Iranian people. So she's suggesting that she make sure that she uses petroleum jelly, has like Vaseline around her, bum hole, just so that when that day happens, it's not as difficult for him. So it's like, go home and prepare yourself with petroleum jelly, because you're about to get mass raped by Iranian people. So that's what she's saying. Again, I do not endorse any of this. YouTube, this is bad. I do not endorse violence or mass rape in any form. I'm just translating what's happening in Iran so a lot of people understand the feeling that many Iranian people have. And like we will basically, how do you translate that? She's basically promising him a lot of violence by Iranian people against them. Again, guys, on this, we do not endorse and promote violence on this channel. We're reporting what's happening in Iran. Okay. Like you'll see. She said you'll see. This will happen. Yeah, we're just reporting on the end. So saying like you shit on our lives starting from 1979. So like in 1979, when the Islamic Revolution happened in Iran, like in 79, you guys shit on our lives. So like saying in 79 you shat on our lives, and now it's our turn to shit in your lives. Like saying our destiny is good, don't worry. She's saying I shit on your turban. And like he's saying I shit on your turban, I shit on the way you look. Okay, so again, I'm just showing you guys the attitude many Iranian people have when they see a mullah in Iran. It's great. So let me actually show. Now that we mentioned 1979, when the Islamic Revolution happened, let me actually show you the person, the shrine, the burial ground of the person responsible for it. This is the shrine of Khomeini. Khomeini was the burial ground, the shrine of Khomeini, the person who was the leader of the 1979 Islamic Revolution. The Khomeini right now is the second supreme leader of the Islamic Republic. This is the shrine of the first supreme leader and the leader of the Islamic Revolution that happened in 1979. And there are a lot of videos like this of people just when they're driving by this shrine, they start swearing. There's a lot of videos like this. So I just wanted you to see one of this one as somebody, and the video is laughing. The caption is like saying, look how much respect people have for the shrine of Khomeini. As if you're going to watch this and see like somebody showing respect and reverence or something like this. So watch this. So the guy who's driving by is recording the shrine and saying, I shit on your shrine, I shit on your tomb. Like I turn your shrine, your shrine, the round part of your shrine, I turn it into shit. I make it the same as shit. And like you shit on you shit on Iran, so I shit on your shrine. So it's saying he keeps saying, I shit on you, I shit on your shrine, I shit on your tomb, I shit on everything, I make your shrine, I turn it to shit. You have shit on Iran, so I shit on you, I shit on you, I shit on you. So continue saying that. So watch the whole thing, the intensity of it.
همین ریدم تو گمبد ریدم تو قبر یهو گمبد خب گوی یکی کردم اومدی ریدی تو ایران ما همین تو گل دستات ریدم زیر سر بابا پدر سگون
بس تکبیر نگی.
That's him. That's Khomeini when before he died. Yeah. I have no words. Oh, I wanted to use this as an excuse to also remember Fatima Sepehri, who's still in jail. So again, I know most of this battle that we see is the fight between religious people and non-religious people, but I just want to also remember that there are religious people who are standing with us against the regime, who are in prison right now. This lady Fatima Sepehri is in prison for standing against the regime in favor of us liberal people, in favor of liberalism, in favor of secularism. Even though I don't agree with her religious views, I do appreciate her standing up for our freedom and paying the highest price for it. She's right now in jail under the worst conditions. And she's sick and she's not being allowed to see a doctor. And I just wanted, her name is Fatima Sepehri. So let me just play what she's saying here. Oh, so what you see, the picture below is there's the Pahlavi family, right? So the man there is Muhammad Reza Shah, which was the previous Shah of Iran. And that boy there is Reza Pahlavi, which is the current prince, one of the main leader of the opposition, right? This is back when they were still in Iran, and Iran was ruled under their government. And the from the boys and girls there, two of them, his brother and his sister, have committed suicide after. So one girl here in this picture and one boy in this picture after the revolution committed suicide, so they're not with us anymore. And a lot of Iranians want that boy, you seeing the tall boy that is standing behind his father there, Reza Pahlavi, to now come back to Iran to rule instead of this current Islamic Republic. So this is the family. This is what you're seeing in the picture, is the Pahlavi family, the Pahlavi dynasty. So let's see what the Fatima Sepehri is saying.
اگر خانواده پهلوی آواره شدن از دست هم میهنانشون، از دست ملت ایران هم در این 44 سال روز خوش هرگز ندید.
He's saying if the Pahlavi dynasty آواره شدن, how do you translate that? London, give me a second. آواره شدن. If the Pahlavi family became displaced because of the Iranian people, basically because of the revolution that they did in 1979, so the Iranian people also have not seen a bright day ever since.
روز خوش هرگز ندید. هرگز روز خوش ندید. و من خودم به شخصه از این تریبون از همه خاندان پهلوی صدای منو اگر میشنون عذرخواهی میکنم.
So he's saying, I myself from this very platform, if they hear me, I ask for forgiveness from the entire Pahlavi dynasty. So she's saying, I ask for forgiveness for the Pahlavi dynasty for what we did in 1979 from this platform, if they hear my voice.
چون که من نقشی نداشتم در.
I had no role in 1979 revolution, the Islamic revolution.
انقلاب 57. ولی باز هم من عذرخواهی میکنم که.
But either way, I still ask for forgiveness.
اون دوران به اون خوبی رو ما از دست دادیم و.
And like those days, those great days, we lost those blessed days. Like Iran was in we lost such blessed days, such prosperous days. We lost those days.
اون دوران به اون خوبی رو ما از دست دادیم و همچین افراد نالایقی رو بر خودمون حاکم.
And we brought such people who are نالایق, who are not worthy. We brought unworthy people to rule over us. Okay, so this Fatima Sepehri, she is very, very brave, because it's not just that she's anti-regime. Many Iranians are anti-regime, and many Iranians in Iran have said anti-regime things. Many Iranians do. The reason why she's brave is because she says the most taboo things openly, publicly, without hiding her face, without hiding her identity. Right? So in Iran, it's become normalized to say, I hate the regime. I want this regime gone. These have normal, like, it used to be that if you say, I want the regime toppled, they will come after you. Now, everybody and their dog and cat is saying that. So in Iran, if you say, like, yeah, I want this regime gone, they can't come after you anymore, because there's just too many. There's like, they have to imprison millions of people if they wanted to do that. So they can't. So the red lines have shifted. And the red lines have shifted, and this woman says things that other people don't say. So again, if you're in Iran and say, yeah, I don't like this regime, I hope they get toppled, that is too common now for them to arrest you. But the things that this woman says, the two taboos that she has crossed. So for example, if you say, yeah, hijab shouldn't be mandatory, that is not a taboo anymore. Everybody says that. The two things that this woman says without any hesitation that would get you arrested is support for the Pahlavis and support for Israel. And this woman has done both, and those are still red lines. Those are currently the Islamic Republic's red lines, and that's why she's being mistreated so heavily. Many other people who have even been actively plotting against the regime are now freed. Right? There are prisoners, brave prisoners, who were arrested for plotting against the regime, and eventually they got freed. She is not freed because of these two unforgivable crimes: support for Pahlavi, support for Israel. So just remember that. These are the things, guys. Do you appreciate the educational value of the things that I'm telling you? Like, these are not stuff like, if you're not Iranian, you're not going to get any better understanding of Iranian situations anywhere else compared to, like, you have to be an Iranian to understand this level of Iranian politics. All right. So I promise you, there is nowhere else you could go to follow a live stream for you to become this level of deep, to get this level of deep knowledge of the religious, political, the nuances of the politics and different sects and different groups and different movements in Iran. So if you appreciate that, please make sure that you like the stream. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, we have Twitch watchers as well. That's fantastic. So let me show you another example of Iranian people being absolutely frustrated. So this is a video in the airport of this lady, this young woman, leaving Iran, right? And this is her last day in Iran. Oh, thank you, Sarah. This is her last day in Iran, and the camera person is asking her, do you have any last words? Last word before leaving Iran? And look at what she says.
Cyrus, آخرین حرفت. گاهی همونه که باید شدن ما بریم. 8:50.
Okay, so is her name Sarah?
Sarah.
Sarah? Okay, I think her name is Sarah.
آخرین حرفت.
So what's your last word? Your last word.
گاهی همونه که باید شدن ما بریم.
Her last word before she leaves Iran is, I fuck the people who are the reason that we are leaving. So, I fuck the people who are the reason we are leaving.
8:50.
That was pretty insane. You can see that many Iranians have no chill whatsoever. No chill whatsoever, right? And thank you guys for all the messages of support in the live chat. You guys are sweet. Don't forget to like as well, because I need that. Oh, Sarah, look at this. Sarah is saying, I was in her place 8 years ago and haven't met my family since then. So Sarah has left Iran as well. And she's saying, I haven't met my family since leaving. Yeah. Many Iranians who are outside of Iran are hoping one day they could go back if the regime is toppled. Some Iranians who are very old, who are feeling like death is coming for them very soon, are very eager for the toppling of regime to happen sooner rather than later, because they don't want to die before seeing their country back again. So let me just show you, now that we're showing the attitude of Iranian people, let me show you the things that I didn't used to see when I was in Iran. Just women dancing. Iranians love to dance, which is bizarre for me because I don't dance. Which some people say maybe I mean you're not a real Iranian, okay? Because there's many things that Iranians love doing that I don't do. One of them is dancing. Iranians absolutely love dancing, which is very tragic for them to have a government that is anti-music and anti-dancing, right? So just seeing women dancing in public spaces is something that I'm not used to seeing in Iran, not at all, right? But every time I see a video of women just dancing in Iran in public spaces, it just shows that more not only how not only the attitude, not only it demonstrates the divide between the Iranian people and the regime, but it also demonstrates the weakness of the regime and the strength of the Iranian people just growing as more and more people are feeling confident enough to just do things that used to get them immediately arrested just a couple of years ago. So you can see this is an Iranian mall and somebody is playing live music, and this woman just cannot help herself but just like, okay, this is too good, I have to dance. So watch this. And I think at the end, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, in the Iranians in the chat, I think there's an official from the mall comes to her and tells her to cut it out. Like, yeah, you're gonna get this mall shut down. She's gonna get the entire mall shut down if I don't stop you. So I think somebody comes and stops her, an official from the mall. So watch this. Oh, this is so cute. She's an older woman dancing, and she sees a younger woman there, and she's like, "Come, like look at her. She's so young in heart." She's a woman. The younger woman is there. She's like, "Come, join me, dance with me." And the younger lady is like, "It's okay, you just dance. Like, we're just clapping for you." And like, "No, come, dance with me." That's the buzzkill right there. That lady from the mall came like, yep, nope, cut it out. By the way, guys, let's analyze the hijabs here, okay? So you can see in an Iranian mall, this older lady, she's not wearing a hijab at all, which is illegal in Iran. But you can see the types of hijab that people are trying to get away with. But none of this is normal. Okay, so the only lady that is I'm used to, like when I was in Iran 20 years ago, that lady in white that is clapping for them dancing, that's the type of normal hijab that I used to see there back then, right? But a lot of people who are wearing the hijab, so you can see another woman there with a jacket. Her hijab is completely off. But let's look at the difference between the old lady and the young lady here, right? So the old lady has completely removed the hijab. the younger lady that is dancing with her right now, she's wearing something. She's trying to not have a hijab. This is what I like. This is a type of headgear that she wants to not have a hijab that can be turned into a hijab if needed. Do you understand what she's wearing? That's what she's wearing on her head. So that's a cheat code that a lot of Iranian women try to get away with. A non-hijab fashionable headwear that could either pass as a hijab so nobody bothers you, or could be turned into a hijab. Yeah, it's a headscarf, but could be passed as a hijab if need be. So that's what the younger woman is wearing. Yeah, life hacks. It's not life hacks. Life hacks in Iran. Yeah. So let me see. I have more. Yeah, so now that I demonstrated another video of the difference between the Iranian people and the regime. Oh, where's that video? Oh, yes, this one. Let me show you more American politicians. Again, I don't want to do a Republican versus Democrat war in the on our channel right now, because this is true regardless of which side you are. Okay, so whether you're left, right, Republican, Democrat, okay, we can appreciate more American politicians with the right narrative. Okay, so whatever their other politics, whether it's correct or wrong, besides, you could judge those separately. And you have to understand the Iranian people, when they're looking at what's happening right now in America, they're looking after their own self-interest and what the politics, how their politics impacts their lives. And you cannot judge the Iranian people for that, because even if the politician that is doing something that is benefiting Iranian people, if in America they're doing something that you don't like in America, okay, that's fair, but the Iranian is looking at what benefits them as an Iranian. And a lot of the cabinet picks by Trump are being celebrated by Iranians, because not only they have a maximum pressure attitude against Islamic Republic, it has gotten even better to the point where they are also adding support for Iranian people to it. It's not just maximum pressure. As of right now, we don't know what's going to happen in the future. Things might change in the future. But Marco Rubio just said something recently, just a few days ago, that a lot of Iranian people just loved. And this video has went viral on Iranian social media, because it is the best description of the divide between Iranian people and the government mentioned by a US politician. And it was elaborated so perfectly. And a lot of Iranians are impressed that there are politicians so high in the United States that understand this so well. Because a lot of people in the world still can't tell the difference between the Iranian people and the Iranian regime. And to have somebody this high up in the US government that understands this so perfectly was very, very much appreciated by Iranian people. So this went viral. Let's listen to what he has to say here.
So Iran today, 2 points I want to make about Iran, and it's really important. When we talk about Iran, I'm talking about the radical Shia clerics and not the people. The people of Iran are people of an ancient civilization, an ancient culture with tremendous pride and advances. And I don't know who take great pride in their Persian heritage and identity. And I don't know of any nation on earth in which there is a bigger difference between the people and those who govern them than what exists in Iran. And that's a fact that needs to be made repeatedly. In no way is the clerics who run that country representative of the people of that country and of its history and of contributions it's made to humanity. And it's a point I wish we would continue to make.
That was just perfect. That was just perfect. Let me see what Sarah's saying. Armin, that's the payoff of the instance of people, right? Insistence. Oh, that's the payoff of the insistence of people like you to keep asking different asking differentiation between Iran and Islamic Republic. Thanks for your consistency. Well, thank you. I mean, not that I had that much of an influence. I also want to thank I mainly want to thank, but thank you, Sarah. I appreciate you saying that. I also want to thank Iranian Americans. They have had a huge influence on this. Huge influence. I'm an Iranian Canadian. I'm not an Iranian American, but the Iranian Canadians also have had a huge influence in Canada, to be fair. But this is the result of the Iranian Americans showing up into the protests in many different streets in the United States with the same flag that Sarah is holding right now in her picture, right? You see the Shiro Khorshid flag, the lion and the sun flag, so that Sarah is holding. The mass number of Iranian Americans that showed up in the streets protesting and lobbying. And also thank you to a special person right now who is an American, not Iranian, but American, Susanna, for meeting with Senator Adam Smith and making him not only vote for the Massa Act, but sponsor the Massa Act. So people, Americans and Iranian Americans and other Americans like Susanna, Susanna did really great, by the way, there. Susanna and her friend there. Yeah. Iranian Deed is saying British Iranians as well. Yeah, all of the Iranians who had a huge impact. Iranian Israelis in Israel. But when it comes to American politicians, the Iranian Americans had a huge impact. And you know who else had a huge impact? Iranians. Okay, you want to see that? Okay. So on this channel, I have shown you many Iranians supporting Israel. Okay, and this channel, when I first showed that, a lot of people on this channel were shocked. Now you're not shocked as much anymore. It has been normalized on this channel. But now let me normalize another thing. Pro-Trump Iranians. How about that? Do you want to see that? But before I show that, in pro-Trump Iranians inside Iran. Let me actually read the super chat from India. Yay. Bring it on, saying, Hindus stand with our fire-worshipping cousins. Okay. So, well, thank you for the support. Again, I appreciate the spirit. I do want to mention that Zoroastrians do not worship the fire, but again, I should just appreciate the spirit of the message, okay? But I just want to clarify. It's a beautiful message, and I appreciate the support. Just to be clear, though, being nerdy here, Zoroastrians do not worship fire, and most Iranians are not Zoroastrians. Most Iranians celebrate Zoroastrian symbolism as a way to as a symbol of nationalism, because Zoroastrianism was the pre-Islamic religion in Iran. So Iranians, most of them are not Zoroastrian, but Zoroastrian symbolism has turned into national symbols rather than religious symbols. But even if they were Zoroastrians, they are not fire worshippers. Fire worshippers is what Muslims referred to Zoroastrians, because they didn't understand what they were worshiping. But again, that doesn't mean that the message is still cool. I appreciate the message. Yeah. Okay, so let's watch. But yeah, dude, they're saying Islam defeated the Persian Empire. Yeah, I mean, the death overcame life. You're right. Yeah, Islam is a disease, and a disease kills sometimes. Good things die with diseases sometimes, and Islam, yeah, sometimes diseases kill. That's true. The disease of Islam killed the Persian Empire. True. I mean, I don't know why that is a. Why do you think that's a? Are you celebrating that? I mean, I don't know. Is Nazi Germany defeated Poland? So is that like something to be proud of? Islam defeated many good things. You're right. So let's continue. So now we're going to show you some Trump support. Trump. Oh, yeah, by the way, people say Israel is defeating the... So, yeah, I mean, Islam was successful back then, but look at where Islam... If you want to be proud of Islam, you know why you're so proud of Islam's ancient achievements? Because you have no current achievements. Because Islam is inferior and the rest of the world is defeating Islam. Because right now, you have to go back to ancient history, because right now liberalism is defeating Islam. So you have to look into the past, because your hands are empty right now. Anyways, look at this. I have a series of videos showing support for Trump by people inside Iran. Look at this. Okay, this is good. It has also translation, so I don't have to ask you guys if my translation is perfect. So it's saying, may God bless Trump. This is a woman inside Iran, okay? I'm not talking an Iranian American, Canadian American. This is an Iranian inside Iran saying, may God bless Trump. Wait, Gene, don't highlight anything for during this video, so it doesn't block the subtitles for me, okay? So don't highlight anything for a few seconds. Okay, let me see. God, please bless Trump. I'm praying to God for you all the way. From this part of the world, Iran. So she's sending prayers to Trump from Iran. Again, so this is not even an atheist, non-religious woman. She's religious. She believes in God. And she's praying to God from Iran to bless Trump. Trump, God bless you. You and your beautiful wife. Be well. May God protect the White House. Okay, so the man filming is like, but why? The guy, I don't know how to describe the shock in the cameraman. So, guys, Iranians, listen to the cameraman's voice. His shock tone is so funny. I don't know how to translate the funniness of it. آخه چرا like, but why? And then the woman says, all of you, Pompeo, Trump. Okay. But so the man is saying, well, but why? And she says, because I hope you help us. Get rid of these bastards. May Trump be a divine instrument. Wow. An instrument of God. Oh my God. Oh God. Okay. Do you guys want to see more Trump support from inside Iran? Wait, hold on. What is this? Is this Trump support or something else? Oh yeah, it is Trump support. So it's a graffiti on a wall inside Iran. So it's saying, so tahlif Trump means the inauguration of Trump equals آغاز امیدواری ملت ایران. Okay, so it says, so you can see the equal sign in the middle, right? So on the right, it says the inauguration of Trump equal the beginning of the hope for the Iranian nation, for the nation of Iran. Wow. Okay. So that was, so wow. So the inauguration of Trump is the beginning of the hopefulness of the nation of Iran, of the Iranian nation, the hope for you. Okay, so basically saying the inauguration of Trump is hope for the Iranian people. Okay, let me do another video of Trump support from inside Iran. Watch this one. So yeah, this is clearly. Oh my God! You guys still drive prides in Iran? What the hell? You need to upgrade your cars. This is like the cars that was being driven in Iran 20 years ago. Okay, so let's switch this. Wow. Okay, so this is not just a graffiti. This is not a graffiti. Somebody went and printed this out with a message at the bottom left. And again, guys, this is clearly in Iran, right? You can see that this is clearly Iran. And it's a recognizable square. And somebody, again, this is not just a random graffiti on the wall. Somebody went and professionally printed this on a plastic banner or something. But the handwritten part, so let's watch. So I have the handwritten message that was here. Let's look at the handwritten message to see what the handwritten message was. So it's here. Okay. It says آقا ترامپ ما را از چنگال اهریمنی این رژیم نجات بده. So Mr. Trump, save us from the claws of this demonic or devilish regime. Yeah, that's a great translation. Yeah, Mr. Trump, save us from the claws of this demonic regime. That's what it says. And again, this is in Iran. Again, this takes effort. This is kind of bold. This is very brave for somebody to go do this. Again, guys, I know that my audience here on Atheist Republic, our audience is a mix of pro-Trump people and anti-Trump people and people in the middle who criticize some things of Trump and are for some and support him on some other things. I understand we have a divided community. Some of you are against Trump. I just want you to understand that whether Trump is good or bad, or neither, he does some good things and he does some bad things, whatever, you have to see this from the perspective of Iranian people and their experience with the Democrats. And the Democrats constantly doing appeasement for their Islamic Republic, for their oppressors. Constantly providing opportunities for the Islamic Republic to oppress its own people, constantly providing them opportunities to raise funds and ammunition for their terrorist groups all around the region. And they see Trump, and they see that during Trump, there was no appeasement, that the Islamic Republic was suffocating, and the Iranian people celebrate anybody who is able to terrify the regime. And again, I have signs that they are terrified. You want to see, guys, do you want to see signs that the regime is absolutely terrified that Trump is coming? Like they act like they don't care, but they're absolutely terrified, right? So the regime, Khamenei acts like they never want to negotiate with Trump because Trump killed Qasem Soleimani. They act like they will never do that, right? However, Trump is so aggressively anti-Islamic Republic right now that Khamenei is trying to use Pezeshkian as a way to signal to Trump that they are ready to negotiate, that they are, so they're basically speaking on both sides of their mouths. On one side, Khamenei acts like we will not deal with, we will never retreat, we will never back down, we will never bend the knee to Trump. But on the other side, he sends Pezeshkian to America to talk to Americans, to tell them that no, actually we don't want you to destroy us in the way Trump wants to basically put maximum pressure on the Islamic Republic, and we're ready to negotiate. We know Trump loves a good deal, so please come and talk to us, right? And here's a sign that the regime is actually extremely terrified. They're removing American flags for people to step on from their government buildings. as right when Trump's inauguration is happening, they're removing in Iran, the government buildings are removing these. And also, by the way, Pezeshkian came to Americans, and I think it was on CNN. Where was it? They came and said that, like, oh, we never wanted to. Do you guys see that on the news where Pezeshkian came out and said that, no, we never wanted to assassinate Trump? We never wanted to assassinate Trump. I have a video to show that they did want to assassinate Trump. Let me know if you want to see that video, because I have a video right now to show you that Pezeshkian is lying. Pezeshkian is now going and like, oh, we never want to. No, we never had that goal. We never wanted to assassinate Trump. The fact that the Pezeshkian is going around and saying, oh, we never wanted to assassinate Trump, shows that they're afraid of Trump. They're afraid of what Trump is about to do to the Islamic Republic. And we have more of it. So this is more. You can see that the government is now, government staff are going around and they're basically painting over, they're removing American flags from the ground. Yeah, so this is from a university. They're removing American flags because their American flags are painted on the ground for people to step on. This is fear. This is them being scared. This is a demonstration of like, okay, like maybe we're not as anti-American as you guys think, right? Let me show you a video, because there's a video of Pezeshkian. I don't have the video of Pezeshkian coming out. I think it was on CNN. He came out and said that, oh yeah, no, we never wanted to assassinate Trump. That's a lie. They're lying about this. They're lying about this because they want to encourage war and blah, blah, blah. It's the Zionists. Zionists are lying about this. Well, okay, this is IRGC. This is the top IRGC commander. Like, this is close to as highest as it could get when it comes to IRGC in Iran, right? These are the real this is the, like, some people would argue that these are the real leaders in Iran. Maybe not, maybe more than even Khamenei himself. Some people would argue that, because these are the people who actually have the guns, right? So let me see what this guy was saying. So if anybody says that no, IRGC never said that they wanted to assassinate Trump, just let them know that that's fucking bullshit. So let's see. Okay, so the context of this was him, whether killing just random soldiers or actually killing the main people, Americans, right? So either just poor little, we don't want to kill these soldiers of Americans. They're nobodies. Let's see who they actually want to kill, right? So let's read the translation. He's like, these are a bunch of poor soldiers, and killing them was not our goal. So I think these are some American soldiers who died.
بدبختن که اینا خیلی کشتن اینا که هدف ما نبود. ما ان شاءالله بتونیم
We, God willing, aim to kill Trump. Okay, remember, guys, this is one of the most senior IRGC commanders. Remember the powers in Iran, right? It's not the president. The president is a nobody. The president is a nobody. The main powers of Iran comes from the supreme leader and IRGC. And the supreme leadership and power after the Khamenei's death is going to lower, and IRGC is going to be the main power in Iran. So right now we have the mullahs and we have the military commanders, right? The IRGC, right? And these two share the political power in Iran, the supreme leader and IRGC. And as we go forward in the next couple of years, if the regime is not toppled, the IRGC is going to have the upper hand over the supreme leader. And this guy is close to the highest position in the IRGC. So this, you're looking at the main power, political power in Iran. And he officially said on Iranian national TV, we, God willing, aim to kill Trump. Tell me, if this is not how is this not a declaration of war against the United States? Remember when people say like, oh, you guys just want to bring war to Iran, you just want war against Iran, oh, Israel wants war with Iran, United States wants war with Iran. They have many times declared war against these countries before they responded. Any other country would see this as a declaration of war. If United States ever attacks the Islamic Republic, and you're like, oh, why did they bring war to Iran? They already declared war. This is a declaration of war. So he's saying, we, God willing, aim to kill Trump. We aim to kill Pompeo. to kill General McKenzie.
همین مکنزی و این فرمان
The military commanders who gave the order for Soleimani's assassination. So, yeah.
دان نظامی که این دستور رو دادن اونا باید کشته بشن.
So he wants to kill all of them. So now Pezeshkian is saying like, yeah, we're going out on CNN or what? Was it on CNN or was it on a different mainstream news? Guys, let me know. Going there and like, yeah, no, we never planned it. Who are you, Pezeshkian? You're the president. The president is a nobody in Iran. That guy is everything. Pezeshkian is nothing. I have a lot more videos to show you guys, but I think we went for long enough today. Oh, well, let me just show you one more video. Yeah, I like to end on a funny note. Yeah, it's always good to end funny, right? Yeah, let's just do one funny. This shocked me. Okay, it's amazing how the level of insanity could be. Wait, Sarah, have you seen this? Sarah, Alfred, have you guys seen this? Iranians in the chat, have you seen this? So, sometimes you see so much ridiculousness from Iranian officials that you think that you cannot get shocked anymore. You have seen everything, right? Sarah, you haven't? Okay. Sarah's saying I haven't. So you're in for a treat, okay? But then you see this, the video comes out, and I'm like, oh God, I thought we have reached peak insanity, but I was wrong. And guys, this is not your just average dozery random mullah in a random mosque in a city in Iran. This is a government mullah, okay? This is one of those government mullahs. So in Iran, we have many different types of rankings of mullahs, and this is not your just random mullah. This is a serious one, okay? So watch this and tell me, is there any hope for the Islamic Republic if these are the way that these people think? Okay, watch this. Oh, Mazdak is also Iranian. He's saying I haven't seen that. Okay, watch this.
اسرائیل آمده تو عراق.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna not translate. Yeah, but no, I will. I have to translate because it's long. Okay.
اسرائیل آمده تو عراق. آمده بودن تونل زده بودن برسن به جسد مطهر امام حسن عسکری.
So he's saying Israelis had came to Iraq. And they came to Iraq to build tunnels under the ground to get to the tomb, to the body of Imam Hassan Askari.
آمده بودن تونل زده بودن برسن به جسد مطهر امام حسن عسکری.
This is one of the 12 Imams in Shia Islam. So this guy's tomb is in Iraq, and he's saying Israelis came to Iraq to build a tunnel to reach the body of this Imam. Okay, so let's continue. People are shocked already. This is not, guys, people, okay, Gene, you highlight, sorry. You think you're in for a treat. This is not even peak insanity. Watch, we haven't even reached that part yet. Okay, watch.
DNA امام حسن عسکری رو استخراج کنن.
The Israelis came to Iraq to build a tunnel to get to the body of Imam Askari to be able to get his DNA, to get the DNA of Imam Askari. So remember, guys, these are Imam Askari is one of the 12 Imams. These are people who died 12 or 1100 years ago. These are holy people in Shia Islam, right? So they went to get the body of Imam Askari to get his DNA. Israelis, for what reason? What do you think is the reason? Like, guys, tell me in the live chat. Guess in the live chat. What do you think is the reason? Okay, why would Israelis would want the DNA of Imam Askari? Okay, guess. Sounds legit. He's saying okay. Somebody's saying to reincarnate him and start a coup. No, they don't need to reincarnate him. No. Okay, think about the end times beliefs of these Shias. Okay, so what? Build a robot imam. But why would Israelis do that? Imams are on the Shia side. Think about this. Israel is against Shias, and Shias are against, like, in their mind, Shia, like, Israel is trying to destroy Shia Islam. If they bring back an imam, the imam would be against Israel. So what would be the point of that? You know, people are saying cloning. Why would they clone that? Okay. Another Sarah is getting it a little bit. But let's continue.
از طریق دی ان ای او بگردن امام زمان رو پیدا کنن شهید کنن.
To use Imam Askari's DNA to find the Mahdi, the 12 Imam, so that they could kill him. That's the plot. That's the idea. That's the conspiracy. So basically, the idea these people have is that the Israelis know that the Mahdi is coming. So a lot of these people, including him and Raifipur and a lot of other government analysts in Iran, a lot of them think that the Israeli intelligence is so smart and is so advanced that they must know, they're not stupid. They think like Mossad is actually genuinely intelligent. And because Mossad is intelligent and smart, then Mossad must know, because it's true in their minds, that the Mahdi is about to come. And if the Mahdi comes, Israel is fucked in their minds, because the Mahdi is going to just destroy Israel. So they actually think that the Mossad and Israel is preparing for the coming of Mahdi. And he's saying one of their preparation was to go build tunnels in Iraq, to go from under. So if this is a shrine of that Imam Askari, to basically go from underneath, get to the body, get the DNA, so that they could find the Mahdi, because that's his dad, right? The Imam Askari, that's his dad. So if they get the DNA of his dad, they're going to find Mahdi himself, using his DNA to assassinate him. So let's continue. No, they think, okay, so no, they don't think Israel will be successful. They think that they're trying to do this and eventually they will not be successful. So let's continue.
برج‌هایی که کنار کعبه ساختن تک‌تیر.
So he's saying that, oh my God, it gets better, it gets better.
کنن شهید کنن. برج‌هایی که کنار کعبه ساختن تک‌تیرانداز بالاشه. اصلا با هوش مصنوعی هم کنترل میشه. امام زمان اومد گفت الا یا علال عالم با دوشکا بزنن.
So there's a famous belief, Shias believe when Imam Mahdi comes, he will appear in Mecca, in Kaaba, and he will say, "Oh, people of the world." He will shout, "Oh, people of the world," or something like that, right? And he thinks, first of all, that the Saudis and the Zionists work to, these are the people who think that the Zionists, so I have to give you the context before I tell you what he says, right? And these people think that Saudis and Zionists work with each other, and Saudis are basically the puppets of Zionists. So what he said here, it says, you see the towers in Mecca that they built around the Kaaba? The reason why they have built those towers, the Saudis have built those towers, is to have sharpshooters. At first he said sharpshooters in those towers, constantly aiming at the Kaaba, so that when the Mahdi comes, as soon as he says, "Oh, people of the world," they take him out. That's the purpose of those towers around the Kaaba. But first he said there are sharpshooters there, and then he said, no, actually it's AI. It's fully AI. They have AI guns constantly monitoring the Kaaba. So as soon as the Mahdi comes and says, "Oh, people of the world," they take him out right there in the Kaaba. That's what he says.
وقتی آمریکایی وارد عراق شدن افراد زیادی از علما رو بردن بازجویی کردن. امام زمانتون کجاست؟ مهدی کجاست؟ بازجویی.
Oh, it says when, I don't know, when did this happen? He says when Israelis entered Iraq. What is he talking about? When Israelis entered Iraq, they went and arrested a lot of Islamic scholars, basically Shia Islamic scholars in Iraq, asking them, "Where's your Mahdi? Where's your Mahdi?"
علما رو بردن بازجویی کردن. امام زمانتون کجاست؟ مهدی کجاست؟ بازجویی. مسجد سهل دوربین گشتن، مسجد کوفه دوربین. امام زمان.
He's like, many famous mosques in Iraq, they have put cameras to be able to find them.
پیدا کنن شهید کنن.
to find the Mahdi and turn him into a
ها
martyr.
برای کشتن امام زمان عزمشون جزمه تا این نقطه که دی ان ایشو در بیارن، دی ان ای باباشو در بیارن، بگن ببینن کجاست مهدی.
Like, look, the Israelis are so determined. Look how he's actually praising them on their determination. He's genuinely, like, he's saying, look how Israelis, how determined they are to kill the Mahdi, to the point where they are going and gathering the DNA of his father from his grave so that they could find him and kill him. Look how determined the Israelis are. So he's actually inspired. He wants us to be, he's basically saying we should be this determined as well.
علائمی پیدا کنن که بزننش. اونا آمریکا و اسرائیل مصممن تو امپراتوری شیطان امام زمان نیاد.
So look, he's saying, look, the Israelis and the Americans are so determined to bring the imperialism of Satan, right? To bring the satanic empire. Yeah, satanic empire. So, like, look how determined the Americans and Israelis are to bring about their satanic empire.
شما مصمم هستید اونها رو بین ببرید؟
So are you all, so he's asking his audience, are you guys not determined to destroy them? Like, he's basically saying, like, we should be inspired by them. Look how we should be as determined and steadfast and as eager to destroy them. Like, he's basically saying, look, the things our enemies are willing to do, but we are not matching them. We should be matching them in this determination. That's what he's asking his audience.
الان تو جامعه شما مردم همه مصممن بگن مکبر اسرائیل مکبر آمریکا.
Like, do you see people in our society being so determined to say death to America, death to Israel? Look at his face. He's saying, like, basically they're not. Like, our society is not as determined.
ببین هنوز اراده شکل نگرفته چه برسه انجام بشه.
Like, look, we don't even have the will, let alone the act itself. We don't even have the will. Look how much will they have. We have none of that.
قرار نیست خدا با معجزه بیاره. امام زمان
Like, he's like, God is not going to bring us any miracle. Like, he's saying, like, this is on us. God is not going to give us
گرفته چه برسه انجام بشه. قرار نیست خدا با معجزه بیاره. امام زمان پاکاره، ما پاکار نیستیم. اون مضطر.
Like, the Mahdi, the Imam Zaman, he's going to do his work, but are we doing our work?
او وایساده دعا میکنه. امیرالمومنین سرشو تو چاه میکنه. آقا مردم نمیان چیکار کنم؟
Like, the Mahdi is like going to basically, they're like going to be like, oh, if the people don't come, what am I supposed to do? Which is very weird, because all our lives as an Iranian myself in school, we were told that the Mahdi is going to come to save us. But it seems like we're supposed to be saving the Mahdi. Like, what is it? Like, you make up your mind. Is the Mahdi going to come to save us? Or is the Mahdi going to come and he's going to be needing saving from us? Are we saving the Mahdi or the saving? What a savior is Mahdi if he's not a savior if we're supposed to be saving him. Like, we're the savior then. Okay. Operation, yes, Cyrus, like Operation Rescue Mahdi. Save the savior. The savior cannot save himself. Oh my god. All right. I just had to end it with a funny video just because it's always good to end the stream like that. Anyways, guys, you don't see, again, I want to keep mentioning to you, I know it's repetitive, but you don't see this on other English speaking media. Okay, you might see this on Persian speaking live streams, but you're not going to see this on English speaking live streams. I'm bringing this to you. This is unique. This is unique content. I'm not copying other people. Okay, for English speaking audience, this is unique content. So, and again, also I explain it in a way that I would not explain it to a Persian speaking audience, because for a Persian speaking audience, I would just have to play this and just laugh because the context is already there. But for an English speaking audience, it's not just that I'm doing the translation, but I'm also providing the context for you to understand what these people are saying. Oh, thank you, I appreciate that. Okay, so if you want to see more of that, encourage me with likes and comments and sharing this video. Okay, if I see these videos getting a lot of views, I get encouraged. I see that there's demand for it, and I would do more of it. So please, like, encourage me, reward me with likes and comments and subscribes and recommending this channel. And also, guys, we're back in the red financially, so we need financial support. So we need super chats, memberships. I'm going to do member only streams, so please be a member and patron support, and also PayPal is even better. PayPal support and all of that. Okay, memberships any way you can. Let me read some of the comments. Oh yeah, memberships. Speaking of memberships, Graham just gifted Graham is celebrating his or her 3-month membership, saying, how soon do you think the regime will be gone? The answer is, I don't know. And the answer is that anybody that tells you that they know, they're wrong. Okay, this is is so multifactorial that it's impossible to guess such a thing. It's impossible to guess. So the correct answer is we don't know. It's so complicated. There's so many factors at play. Kenny saying, was there a news show yesterday? I see you have no. Susanna needed a break. Susanna is doing so many things, so we gave her Susanna a break. Okay, so Susanna is doing so many things, guys. You have no idea how much work she's doing, how much really good work she's doing in other places, which is relative to what we do on Atheist, relevant to what we do here at Atheist Republic, and how much work she does behind the scenes for Atheist Republic. It really means a lot if you guys could let her know how much she appreciates, because she doesn't get anything in return other than your appreciation. So please let her know how much you appreciate her work. Alfred is saying, it is rumored that about 9 hours ago, the former assistant commander of the IRGC was assassinated. Okay, Mr. Shamskhani, I don't know. We have to see confirmation. So Alfred, we'll see. I'm going to talk about that if that's true. Okay, that would be epic news if true. Angry Keyboard Warrior saying, expansionism of tolerance and liberalism in the Middle East, like Cyrus did. Yes, expansionism of tolerance and liberalism, true. Yep. Yeah, that's what we celebrate. Yes, fantastic. That's a Angry Keyboard Warrior. That's a perfect way of framing it. I love that. Cyrus the Great was. I used to think that this might be an exaggeration because sometimes Iranians exaggerate things. So I thought maybe Cyrus being so tolerant was something that people were exaggerating. And then I went and read objective history by non-Iranian historians, and I was like, okay, this guy was genuinely a revolutionary. Like, he changed the norm back his time when it comes to tolerance and bringing peace and stability. Cyrus the Great was actually great. This was not an exaggeration. I doubted it because sometimes Iranians might exaggerate how great something is. So I went and found non-Iranian sources, and I was convinced that actually this is one of those cases that is not an exaggeration. Dude, they're saying, Armin, you will never address the elephant in the room. Your country is poor because of Israel instigated sanctions. No, the country is poor because of the Islamic Republic. The country is poor because we have. So here's how I know you are wrong. Okay, first of all, the sanctions are a natural reaction to a government that is waging war against the rest of the world. The sanctions are bad for the Iranian people. Yes, they have been. But what do you expect? When a country is waging war to all their neighbors, there's only 3 possible reactions. No response, war, or sanctions. No response is unreasonable when your government is causing so much chaos and misery for everyone in the region and also beyond that. So it's either war or sanctions. So the sanctions are bad for Iranian people, but the responsible body for the Iranian people are correctly blaming their own government for their sanctions. Most Iranian people do not support the USA or Israel for their sanctions. Most Iranian people, even if they're suffering from the sanctions, they understand why the sanctions took place. They blame their own government for their sanctions. But beyond the sanctions, the poverty of Iran comes from their own management. And here's how I know this. Do you know, with or without the sanctions, what does sanctions do? Sanctions limits trade. Does Iran need trade for energy? Simple question. I hope you listen to this. This is how bad the Iranian government is. And this is why we knew the poverty of Iran comes from the government itself. What does the sanctions stop? The sanctions stop trade for Iranians to be able to have access to goods and services from other countries. Does Iran get its energy, need energy from other countries? Iran is sitting on more oil and gas than all but one country in the world, combined oil and gas. And now Iranian people lack energy. We have power outages in a country sitting on the highest amount of oil and gas that any country could imagine having. Do you understand what that means? How is sanctions responsible for that? How is sanctions responsible for having the highest amount of power outages in Tehran? Sanctions stop other things from coming to your country. You have the oil and gas. It's right under you. And you still have power outages in Tehran. Do you know how embarrassing that is? To have this much energy and have power outages in Tehran? This by itself proves beyond any reasonable doubt that the poverty of Iran comes from their command economic theories, from their resistance economy, from the monopoly of IRGC with their bunyads. I studied finance and economics. That is actually my degree in university. And I have studied Iranian economics. If you understood anything, even if you understand the basics of economics, and you studied the current poverty in Iran, you would know that everything that is happening to the Iranian people when it comes to poverty, this is a curse upon the Iranian people by their own regime, not by America, not by Israel. Okay. Amir saying, people who were on the Atheist Republic Iranian live chat yesterday, can you explain to me the farting turtle? Well, we're not going to get into that right now. Okay. Corey is saying, did you talk about why Iran changed their capital city? Well, Iran has changed its capital city multiple times during history. That's a history lesson, so I don't know to get into that. And we're on this channel, we focus mostly on what's happening right now rather than getting into Iranian history. Okay, let me do this one. Bera with the super chat again. Thank you guys. We do really need the financial. Again, guys, please do not financially support us if you're struggling financially. When I'm asking for financial support, it's only from people who are completely financially secure. And I really appreciate that. We do need them right now. We do need more financial support these days than ever before. So if you could get us right now, our revenue is not meeting our expenses, right? So if you could support us with super chats, with memberships, with PayPal donation, the link to our PayPal is in the description, and in any other way. Memberships really help. And again, for people who are members, I am going to have more member-only live streams, okay? So there's that. Okay, that was the end of the start comments and super chats. I appreciate that. Oh, did I read the name of it's Bera Lil... Oh, Bera Little Troll. Bera Little Troll. Okay, that's a cute name. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you so much for the likes and comments. And yep, make sure if you're new here, you subscribe. Make sure you recommend our channel to more people, only if it's safe for you to do so. And yep, I'm out. Thank you guys. Bye. And congratulations one more time to Israelis, especially the families who were waiting of the hostages who got released. I hope more of the hostages get soon, very fast. And that's why today I was wearing the Israeli blue, by the way. All right, bye.